Hi friends, welcome to the accountancy class. Today in this module we are going to learn about the term journal and important rules for recording journal entries in the journal. Now we are going to learn about the important rules of accounting. That rules are known as golden rules of accounting. The total transactions of a company can be divided into three accounts. They are personal account, real account and nominal account. The various items comes under nominal accounts are all direct and indirect expense and incomes. That is wages account, salary account, commission received, commission paid, discount allowed, discount received, salary, commission, rent, advertisement, discount allowed, discount received, profit on sale of machinery, etc. Next, real account. Real account is an account which contains all assets and liabilities. Example, machinery account, building account, plant account, bill receivable account. Then liabilities, capital account, debenture account, long-term loans, short-term loans, etc. Next account is personal account. Personal account includes firm's account, company's account, then debtors account, creditors account, etc. The important rules for recording transactions are: first rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver. The principle is used in the case of personal account. When a person gives something to the organization, it becomes an inflow and therefore the person must be credited in the books of accounts. Next rule is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. This principle is applied in the case of real accounts. The examples of real accounts are all assets and liabilities. Real accounts involve machinery, land and building, etc. They have a debit balance by default. Thus, when you debit what comes in, you are adding to the existing account balance. This is exactly what needs to be done. Similarly, when you credit what goes out, you are reducing the account balance when a tangible assets goes out of the organization. Next rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. This rule is applied when the account in question is a nominal account. The capital of company is a liability, therefore it has a default credit balance. When you credit all incomes and gains, you increases the liability, and by debiting expenses and losses, you decrease the capital. This is exactly what needs to be done for the system to stay a balance. The examples of nominal accounts are all direct and indirect expenses and incomes. Now we are going to learn about a new topic, that is journal. Journal is the basic book of original entry. In this book, transactions are recorded in the chronological order as and when they take place. The important classification of journal are: first one, journal proper; second one, cash book; third one, other day books. The other day books includes purchase book, sales book, purchase return book, sales return book, bill receivable book, bills payable book, etc. Journal is a primary book of original entry. In that book, we record the transactions in chronological order. Transactions from this book are posted to the respective accounts. Each transaction is separately recorded after determining the particular account to be debited or credited. What is a journal entry? Journal entry are the first step in the accounting cycle and are used to record all business transactions and events in the accounting system. When business events occur throughout the accounting period, journal entries are recorded in the journal ledger to show how the event changed in the accounting equation. For example, When the company spends cash to purchase a new vehicle, the cash account is decreased or credited and the vehicle account is increased or debited. The important steps involved in the process of recording transaction in journal are: first one, identify the transaction. There are generally 3 steps to making a journal entry. First, the business transaction has to be identified. If you don't know a transaction occurred, you can't record one. Using our vehicle example above, you must identify what transaction took place. In this case, the company purchased a vehicle. This means a new assets must be added to the accounting equation. The second step involved in the process of recording transaction in journal is analyzing the transaction. After an event is identified to have an economic impact on the accounting equation, the business event must be analyzed to see how the transaction changed the accounting equation. When the company purchased the vehicle, it spent cash and received a vehicle. Both of these accounts are assets account, so the overall accounting equation did not change. The total assets increased and decreased by the same amount, but an economic transaction still took place because the cash was essentially transferred into a vehicle. Last step is journalizing the transaction. After the business event is identified and analyzed, it can be recorded. Journal entries use debits and credits to record the changes of the accounting equation in the general journal. Traditional journal entry format dictates that debited accounts are listed before credited accounts. Each journal entry is also accompanied by the transaction, date, title, and description of the event. The various columns involved in the journal are: first column date column, second column particulars column, third column LF, that is ledger folio, third column debit amount, and last column is credit amount. The first column in the journal is date on which the transaction took place. In the particulars column, the account title to be debited is written on the first line beginning from the left hand corner, and the word DR is written at the end of the column. The account title to be credited is written on the second line, leaving sufficient margin on the left side with the prefix to. Below the account titles, a brief description of the transaction is given, which is called narration. Having written the narration, a line is drawn in the particulars column, which indicates the end of the recording the specific journal entry. The column relating to ledger folio records the page number of the ledger book on which relevant account appears. The column is filled up at the time of posting and not at the time of making journal entry. The debit amount column records the amount against the amount to be debited, and similarly the credit amount column records the amount against the account to be credited. It may be noted that the number of transactions is very large, and these are recorded in number of pages in the journal book. The end of each page of the journal book, the amount columns are totaled and carry forward to the next page, where such amounts are recorded as brought forward balances. The journal entry is the basic record of business transaction. It may be simple or compound. When only 2 accounts are involved to record a transaction, it is called simple journal entry. When more than 1 accounts are involved to record transactions, it is called compound journal entry. The examples of single journal entry is purchase account debtor to Anand Limited account. The example of compound journal entry is office furniture account debtor 25,000 to cash account 5,000 to bank account 20,000. Thank you.